up, world? It's Warrior Team back at it again. Welcome to the episode. When you think of Jim Carrey, you think of the wild faces, the energy, the pure chaos of his comedy. But in 1988, he flipped the script with a movie that was emotional, deep, and unlike anything he'd ever done. The movie was The Truman Show. Today we're breaking down how Jim Carrey was amazing in a non-comedy role and how The Truman Show was one of the most creative, thought-provoking films of all time. I wasn't never really a big Jim Carrey fan. I thought he was over the top. He was funny, but he was just too much in my opinion. I like comedians, but I don't like all that over the top shit. But when I saw this movie and how he could really act, he was incredible in this movie. This movie was so good. He had the jokes every now and then, but it wasn't over the top jokey. It was a very serious film. It was a real good film. Very thought provoking. Way ahead of its time in my opinion. It showed what's going on in today's world with all the reality TV and shit. So I love this movie. Fantastic movie. You haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Let's talk about it. Welcome to The Truman Show. Wasn't just a movie. It was an idea that felt way ahead of its time. Truman Burbank, played by Jim Carrey, lives a perfect life in a perfect town, except it's all fake. Every person around him is an actor, every moment is staged, and his entire world is a TV show. He doesn't know it, but millions of people are watching his every move. It was a mix of science fiction, social commentary, and psychological drama, long before reality TV took over. Director Peter Weir made it feel bright, wholesome sitcom on the surface, but underneath it was terrifying. This movie was fantastic. It was so good, way ahead of its time. I think Real World came out in 92, so it was a couple years after that.
The true story. True story.
7 strangers picked to live in a loft
And have their lives taped.
That was like the first step in reality TV, and this just made it look like what reality TV was going to become. Scripted, but this guy didn't know anything. He thought this was his real life. He thought it was all real. They had commercials going on around him.
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new Mococo drink? All natural cocoa beans from the upper slopes of Mount Nicaragua, no artificial sweeteners.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
They had fake people. What I always thought about watching this movie was, so these people live with him, like their whole life is tied around his life. That has to suck for them being an actor, to be in this, and he was on this show from the time he was a baby to being a grown man and getting married. So that's a lot of years to be on a fucking TV show and not having a real life. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. By 1998, Jim Carrey was known for pure comedy. Ace Ventura.
Dad, that's what turns me on about you. Your attention to detail.
The Mask.
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
Dumb and Dumber.
We usually don't pick up hitchhikers, but I'm gonna go with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
He was the guy who could make you laugh without saying a word. So when people heard he was doing a serious role, nobody expected this. Carrey delivered one of the most emotionally grounded performances of his career. He played Truman with innocence, charm, and just enough confusion to make you feel like his reality was collapsing. The humor was there, natural, subtle, but this time it came from humanity, not slapstick.
Sorry. It's okay. Here, let me help you with that.
That's one of the things that I liked about this movie. The comedy wasn't over the top. He wasn't falling all over his face and shit like that. I'm definitely not a fan of that kind of humor, but this humor was subtle. It had the jokes that you can get, and you laughed. It was just a good movie, and he played this role perfectly. I did not expect this at all. I didn't think he was going to be this kind of actor, and he showed that he could really act. He wasn't just a comedy buffoon. He was a real actor. Even though The Truman Show is a drama, it's filled with quiet comedy, moments where Jim's natural charm breaks through. The way he says, "Good morning," and "In case I don't see you, good afternoon," and "Good evening," and "Good night" became iconic. It's a line that's funny at first, but haunting once you realize he's performing for a fake world. That balance, heart, and humor is what makes his acting genius here.
Good morning!
Morning! Good morning!
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
In the beginning, like I said, he was saying it out of pure, like that's the person he was. But then when he found out that everything was fake, you could tell that it was fake, and that made it even more funny when you look at the movie. And like I said, the comedy was good. The comedy was very subtle. It wasn't over the top. It was real good, and I thoroughly enjoyed the way he played this role, the way he did put his comedic repertoire in the movie without overdoing it. It was pure genius, and he's a great actor. The film predicted modern reality TV and social media before it existed. We watch people's private lives for entertainment now. Truman's Story was a warning. It asks, what happens when a person's reality is controlled and life becomes content? The way the movie was filmed added to that message. Hidden camera angles, fisheye lenses, and TV broadcast cuts made you feel like a viewer inside of Truman's world. It wasn't just a story, it was a meta experience. They filmed this very well. Like I said, this was way before reality TV was a big thing. Watching the people watch him was amazing.
Hello, and good evening. I'm your host, Mike Michelson, and welcome to True Talk, our forum for issues growing out of the show. But tonight, something very special indeed. All available in the Truman catalog, and operators are standing by. I think it's safe to say that now that this crisis is behind us, and
it was the way they filmed this movie, the way they made you think was amazing, and it's truly what we're going through now with all the reality TV shows. Except that shit was scripted. This was like him living this life. He thought this was his life, which also made it even more good for this time, and which also makes this movie stand out today because it's a rewatchable movie, because it's really what's going on in life. Reality TV is like the most popular TV shows on TV right now. I find myself watching some of that shit sometimes, so this was definitely ahead of its time. Jim Carrey did a great job, and the director with all the different views.
how do you feel today?
You got the trunk level shot, you got the eye level shot, you got the ground level shot.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon.
Something happened today?
And the way the audience interacted with the TV, I thought that was genius. At its heart, the Truman Show is about control and freedom. Truman starts as the happiest man alive because he doesn't know his life is fake. But once he starts seeing cracks, like the light falling from the sky, or the radio glitching, he begins to question everything.
He's heading west on Stewart. Stand by all entries. Noise will be on you in about 90 seconds. Watch, make it a copy, son. Okay, he's making his turn out of Lancaster Square. Oh my God! News acknowledged. 7 o'clock. The news frequency.
When he finally sails to the edge of this fake world and touches that painted sky, it's one of the most powerful movie moments ever. Jim Carrey nailed the scene. No words, just realization, heartbreak, and hope. It proved he could act without any of the trademark exaggeration. Like I said, that's what I loved about this movie. He was really acting. He was an actor in this movie, and a lot of people didn't know he could do that. I love the way the love story was fantastic. The way he took pieces of magazines and put the picture of the girl together was good.
Close to no cigar.
Everything about this movie was so good, and the way he faked not knowing that he was living in a fake world. I like the way he drove around town until the town couldn't follow him anymore.
Blocked at every turn. Beautifully synchronized, don't you agree?
You're blaming me for the traffic?
Should I? Look, Carol, same road, no cars. It's magic.
It was just the whole thing was just amazing direction, a great vision for the movie. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. The Truman Show opened the door for Jim Carrey to take deeper roles. Man on the Moon, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, both critically acclaimed. It showed that behind the comedy, he had layers of emotion that most actors never reach. Carrey himself said, The Truman Show changed him, made him think about identity, control, and what's real in our lives.
They give me little insights into myself, and the Truman Show was that. It was, I know that this face pleases you, but now I'm going to show you the real deal, and I hope there's enough there that, that you can identify with, that we can sit together and break bread, and you'll think I'm as special as I was before.
That's amazing that a movie that he was on changed his life. It made him think about life. And if you think about it, watching this movie, it does make you think about stuff like that. His whole life was fake, which is amazing. This is an amazing concept for a movie, and it had him from a baby, so he didn't know what was real, but he always thrived to be more than what that show wanted him to be. He was always looking to go to Acapulco, and they would always do something to shoot his dream down. They put fear in his heart for he wouldn't leave. It was a very psychological movie. Like I said, very well directed, and the twists and turns made you think a lot throughout the movie. And Jim Carrey played the role great. I think if he would have continued on this kind of acting, he would have eventually got nominated for an Oscar. Like I said, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind and Man on the Moon were both critically acclaimed. But if he kept on this path, I think he would have been nominated for an Oscar. But I think the last couple movies he did were the Sonic movies, and I don't think he's really been doing a lot of acting. The Truman Show wasn't just creative, it was prophetic. It predicted influencer culture, constant surveillance, and how entertainment blurs reality. But what makes it timeless is Jim Carrey's performance, a comedian showing us the most human truth of all, the desire to be free. So tell me, when did you realize the Truman Show was deeper than it looked? Drop the answer in the comment, hit the like button, and subscribe for more breakdowns on my channel. That's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. You can be on anybody else's channel and decide to watch mine, so thank you for giving me that time. There's only 24 hours in a day. And you decided to give me a couple minutes of your time. Time is valuable, and I hope I didn't waste yours. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I'll get you on the next one. Have a good one. This has been